What's good, everybody? I'm Lewis, aka I'm Ill Vibe across all social media platforms. And to my left,
Jerome, aka 215 Shooter, and we are The Niche Talk.
powered by Rejuvenator.
Make sure you are subscribed to us on YouTube and all social media platforms.
At Rejuvenator and at The Niche Talk. We're going to talk about the essence of The Niche Talk for you guys who are newcomers and for all the tried and true people that just like come through and just bless us with the support, right? So here on The Niche Talk, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about sneakers because we love shoes.
These are a few of my favorite things.
And everything in between that has to do with our daily lives.
Yeah, so that's parenting, fatherhood, relationships, current events, anything you can imagine. It's safe to say we'll probably be talking about it.
We're going to cover it here on The Niche Talk. And it's crazy to think about how long we've been with Rejuvenator.
A long time.
It's been a very long time on the back end of things, right? Creating content, doing ambassadorship programs, and just really pushing a brand that has been with us since we became sneakerheads.
Right. So it kind of make this whole situation like a full circle moment.
It's like a circle.
There is no beginning. There is no end. Because it's a circle.
Yeah, a circle.
Like a circle,
Yeah.
yes.
Y'all get it. Y'all get it,
Rejuvenator,
right?
we love you and we appreciate you guys for having us on your channel and giving us a chance to just broadcast our values and everything to a broader audience.
So before we get into the topics,
Yes.
we always do either latest pickup or outfit breakdown.
That part. I am going to break down my fit today.
Let's hear it.
In old prime fashion, Rome, he likes to start top down like a convertible.
Yeah, even though I up sometimes.
Patent pending. We're going to give some merch with that. So I'm going to start with the top. We got the Hat Club Seinfeld collection. Probably one of my staple fitteds in the collection right
That's a
now.
good Yankee.
It's going to be a easy hat to rotate as I've been wearing it very often, right? And of course, on the body, Godspeed. You're going to see a lot of Godspeed because the family's always looking out. On bottoms, we have some Puma ripstop nylon pants. You can't really tell they're Puma because I took off the logo. It was just like a nice little patch on
You
the
smart.
pant here. I took it off because, cross branding in 2024 is still somewhat of a no-no. You got to be careful, right? And then on the feet, I got the Jordan Union ones that people really don't like. But I think they've been growing on people a lot more, right?
Guilty.
Yeah, you
But
definitely did not like
I
this
actually
pair.
have a pair now, and
You do.
I like them.
You got them for under retail, if I do
got 'em
recall.
for free.
Oh,
So you're right. Under
That
retail.
is under retail. All right, so what are you doing? You breaking down the fit today too?
Yeah, I'm gonna break down the fit. I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna go bottom up,
Okay.
but I don't have no
Bottom up
pun.
like hydraulics? Is that? Whoa, pause.
Okay.
Pause on that one.
But nah, so on feet we have the Nike Airship, not the Jordan 1. The similarities.
Yes.
Some basic Nike tube socks, Nike swim shorts. I just cut the lining out so I can just have them for everyday wear.
Also, they're like board shorts, but you cut out the lining. I feel
Yeah,
that.
gotta improvise. You feel me? Kicks Closet on the t-shirt. Shout out to Christopher Kicks. As we know, he's kind of stepping away from the brand.
He is.
So I'm enjoying all the pieces that I do have. And on the Mata, we have the Cleveland Indians, the Wahoo that's now banned.
The Wahoo
So,
that's now
yeah.
banned. I love that. Speaking of Kicks Closet, he is dissolving the brand, but there is a major sale
Mm-hmm.
on Kicks Closet merch. So if you love a good t-shirt that goes with your kicks, make sure you check out Kicks Closet before it is all said and done. On to the actual first topic of the Niche Talk,
Yes.
right? There's a lot of things that we want to talk about, and this is going to be sneaker related because we are sneakerheads through and through.
Yes.
Talk to me about something that really grinds your gears right now in 2024.
I am sick and tired of Jordan brand with
Mm-hmm.
their 11 holiday release. I'm over it.
Man, they just announced black, gray, and red colorway of a Jordan
Something
11,
along
right?
the lines, yeah.
Something trying to be a Bread 11, but like the short bus cousin and
Kind of
just-
like a gamma.
Yeah.
It's so...
Wait, what was the other black predominantly Jordan 11? It was like the 7210s, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like they had to stop after the Concords.
My biggest gripe with them, it's that it's only but so many 11s out there
Yeah.
that they're willing to put out. And I didn't like the fact that, I forget what year it was, they put out, I think, Concords, which they had just put out a few holidays ago.
Right.
And it was like, well, all these other models out there, why are you putting out the same model again?
I see what you're saying.
I would love to see them make a exclusive of something for the holiday instead of it always having to be during 11s. And I understand that's tradition, and a lot of people hold tradition close to the heart.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for a change.
That'll transition right into my hot take,
Yeah.
honestly. I'm thoroughly convinced that not just Jordan Brand, but brands out here are targeting the older demographic in the wrong way. It's kind of getting exhausting with every brand now trying to like open the vault to older releases and bring back older styles with new innovation and charge such a crazy amount for things like the Jordan 17 that we just seen, right? With the
UNC?
briefcase. Yeah, the $300 retail for a briefcase?
Like, are you charging me for the shoe or the briefcase?
For a briefcase, bro? Like, I can get a briefcase off Amazon, spray paint the Jumpman logo on it, and call it a day. Now, I'm sure there's premium materials on the 17 that there typically aren't because whatever the hell they want to pitch to us. But it's now showing me that innovation is not where it was like when we got the self-lacing shoes, right? That was
The
pivotal.
Adapt line?
Yeah, the Adapt line, right? Stuff like that was very intriguing to the sneaker market and to the consumers. But now everyone's just going back into the past and revisiting things from the archive, which is great, but it's just getting exhausting. Now we want true innovation.
But some of the brands, like really recently, Nike put a statement out almost saying that they need innovation. Like they're looking forward to like taking that step for being inventive.
Okay, so that's good that they're reaching out to the public and trying to see.
I think it was more of a statement. I don't think it was reaching out. I don't think it was like, yo, we need some help. Maybe it was, but
We already know they're gonna steal somebody's designs and implement it into a future release.
I don't know. But to your point,
Yeah.
I'm okay with them opening the vault and bringing stuff back. But for me, it's always been a hit to the quality.
Yeah,
And then that doesn't match the price.
at all.
That's the biggest concern. If those 17s are fire, crazy, Italian leather, and just beautiful, I say Italian leather, so I had to go like that, right? That would make me feel okay with buying something at a price point with those type of materials.
I see what you're saying.
But we as collectors, not us per se, but we'll get into the whole thing of, oh, these shoes shatter backward quality and this and that and that. Is that quality as good as the previous models when we were actually comfortable with spending those prices?
Right.
And a lot of times it's like, no. Or if it's on par, it's like, well, this was 130, 140, but you're charging me 250 now for the same if not less.
There's so much that we don't understand that goes into the back end of like the creation of these shoes, right? We're not in the factory. We don't know what materials they're using. We don't really understand the level of quality when they choose these materials because they can make it seem like it's high quality, but is it really? So we just have to trust the judgment of the brand.
I don't think we actually listen to the brands at all. This ties back
You're right.
into a previous
You're right.
episode where we talked about this being something that we listen to the public. Because name a Jordan brand job, Nike, Adidas, Puma, Asics, anybody that has literally made the statement of, yo, this new model that's coming out, materials is crazy. Not once.
Not once. Not once.
We look at him like, oh, this leather is top notch. And then somebody gets in the hand like, this leather is trash.
So you saw those Jordan 1s that were like made in Italy that were like $1,000 retail,
Yeah.
right? $1,000 to me for a Jordan 1, still kind of crazy in terms of price.
Right.
But taking that next step of creating a more personalized Jordan 1 for a select amount of people, because obviously it was very limited. They know what they were doing. It was $1,000 shoe, but I only really seen it in the hands of like influencers. So
I think they gave him out at influence.
yeah,
The influencer.
I see what they were doing with that, and making something like that not available in stores or on a drop is a smart play. But then you have this Jordan 17 with premium materials and a fancy suitcase for $300. It just gets really tricky to justify these price gaps.
Government money is not as abundant as it used to be, folks. So people aren't
a
just
fact.
copping whatever they want, whenever they want.
Stimmy checks are not a thing anymore, because I know mad people that took those checks and spent it on sneaks.
Yes.
Me being one of those people.
Irresponsible.
Another hot take for me, at least, is the overarching retail price of shoes now just continues to skyrocket. For example, the Amamanye 3s. After the, what is it, EQL, right? That platform where like you enter the raffle.
raffle, yep.
That's like a $5-6 thing to enter the raffle securely so that you're safe and whatnot, right? But then the shoe is already $250, and then depending on where you live, you got to pay for shipping and tax. So we're damn near looking at already a $300 shoe, but it's a boutique and it's limited when it wasn't really limited at all because they sat.
Yeah.
They
And I think
sat.
every person I know sent in a group chat the early access.
Yes. And it's crazy when Sneakers sends you that notification like, hey, yo, there's still some time. You know it's a brick when you get that notification from Sneakers saying, yo, make sure you pull up before it sells out, knowing damn well they just made it sold out.
Like, they released at 10 o'clock. It is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why are you telling me that these are still available?
And then watch, in a couple months, there's going to be a shock drop of just backstock that they just marked sold out. So that way, like, it just drives more hype.
Or the infamous, hey, guys, this is releasing today at 2 o'clock, but it's a shock drop.
Yes, that part.
Not very shocking.
Not very
when you told me
shocking.
3 days ago. Just saying. Everything that we talk about usually has a rhyme to reason that ties into something else on the podcast.
That part.
Again, for the people that's tuning in for the first time on Rashu near this platform. So for me, being an influencer, right, has really pissed me off and kind of taken away my creativity on a personal side of things.
I totally agree with that, bro.
It sucks. And hear me out. Money is good.
Yes.
Being an influencer and having that kind of stake in the world of being creative, but having a brand or company constantly telling you what they want from you dwindles your creative process, because a lot of times the brand will reach out to tell you that they appreciate what you do and that's what they want. And then by the time the brief comes, and there's those don't know, a brief is just like an outline of what the brand wants from you as far as deliverables and such, it changes.
Changes dramatically.
Or a brand will look at you,
I was
right?
about to say dramatically.
Yeah, dramatically is crazy. You've been hanging around me too long.
Way too long,
Way too
bro.
long.
The thing that cracks me up the most is that copy paste email that all these brands use, like, hey, blank, I've been seeing your content for a while now, and it aligns so well with our brand. Mm-hmm. We'd love to bring you onto our team and create amazing assets so that both parties can grow. And I'm just like, we already know where it's headed, right? Now, to the young, aspiring content creator that has been doing free jobs, doing things for trade for product, an email like that sends you through the fucking roof.
We
It's
remember those
amazing.
days.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
remember those days very vividly. But then you just start to realize the consistency and bullshit from these brands, because yeah, they like your vision, they like how you input things and how you create, but what they care about most is the analytics, is the numbers.
Yep.
Is the numbers you produce with the content that you make. It sometimes really does not have much to do with who you are and how different you are from the next creator, because no disrespect to you and the work that you've put in, you are now at somewhat 116,000 followers on Instagram. And we've both been doing this for damn near 10 years at this point. At least photography that merged into content creation.
Right.
You and I have very much been getting somewhat the same type of campaigns,
Yep.
but also the same level of disrespect.
Yep.
And I hate that for you, because you double where I'm at right now in terms of follower count and analytics. And the numbers that you tell me that you achieve through your content completely supersedes mine. So it sucks that brands feel as though they can try to change you as an individual, but reel you in with the bullshit and the copy paste, like, oh yeah, we really like you for you. No, you don't.
Now,
You don't.
there are some brands that
Yes.
hold true to that.
Yes, there
and
are.
I appreciate brands like that, because they will reach out to you because let's say you're a foodie. They'll reach out to you and find a way to, incorporate food into what they want because they know that's what your audience wants. But then we do have brands that, let's say, they'll reach out to you. Hey, Lewis, we would love to have you in our campaign. You reach back like, what's this campaign? Oh, it's a makeup tutorial.
Bro,
Where did you see on my page once that I do makeup or that's what I'm into and stuff like that? Like, what gave you this idea?
yeah, and it's still that same copy paste message where it's like, oh yeah, we've seen your work and we think it aligns with the brand. Oh, so you think my content aligns with cosmetics and makeup? And
You know what's funny? I've gotten an email like that before, and I click on the link to see what the brief was.
it was a bra, wasn't it?
It was lingerie
I knew it.
for women though, not even like some.
So they just not paying attention. They're just not paying attention. They have a list of names.
Yep.
Highlight all of them. Boom. Send it in.
I emailed back. I'm like, what made you think that this is what I do?
So reeling it back to the relevance of the topic, where being an influencer has dwindled your creativity as, let's say, a photographer, because that's everything that's culminated who you are today. We are very much aligned with that. We've had conversations outside of the pod where we miss the days where we can just, let's link up, shoot some pictures. It had nothing to do with outfit shots.
Yep.
It had nothing to do with like creating content for the reasons that we didn't care about as much. It just had to do with two guys with a camera going out somewhere to like an abandoned place and just like documenting the vibes, right? Now, if you ended up in a shot of mine and your fit was cool, all right, cool. It was like an environmental thing. But now I've spoken to this about all of you guys in the group chat where I'm sick and tired of just going out to shoot my fit.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to find different ways to integrate my sense of fashion in my lifestyle. But when it gets to the point where 6, 7 people in the same chat are doing the same exact thing, you come to realize like, okay, how am I going to separate myself as an individual? And how am I going to get back to my roots as a creator? So now you see I'm doing a little bit more of a lifestyle treatment to my page and my brand. But at the end of the day, the influencer portion of our lifestyle now takes precedence because that is the moneymaker. We are self-employed. We don't have a 9-to-5. We have a 25/8, right? And if a brand needs us to create
That was amazing
assets,
math. The math is.
you were calculating crazy, weren't
I'm like
you?
25/8. I'm like, I know it's just a saying, but that math is crazy.
That's how hard we working, bro.
I like to say a 24/7, 365.
Okay, but
That's like real numbers.
that's real numbers. I'm on overtime.
maths.
I'm on overtime all the time, bro. Literally just as much as we create on a daily basis and everything that we have outside of here, you and I, and especially the people around us, we cater too much to making sure everyone else around us is good. But we fall short in making sure that we are whole with what we're doing and making sure that the things that we do create fulfill our cup.
So the biggest takeaway was I didn't realize the takeaway from the influencer side of things was because that was a side thing for me and I still had the 9-to-5.
You did.
The 9-to-5 allowed me to be behind the camera all the time, which is my roots.
Yeah.
And then the influencer side allowed me to be in front of the camera being an influencer. Now that this is my daily income, when brands reach out, they don't want Jerome the photographer. They want Jerome the dude that's going to do a dope reel of himself or of himself and his family and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, I would like to have you hire me to do a video. Same thing I do for myself, but capturing somebody else doing something. I would love to shoot your sneaker campaign. Not on my foot, but on a model that you pay me to hire and stuff like that. Like, that's what I enjoy doing.
Right.
Because for starters, you know how we are. We're very good with people.
That part.
And that was my pride and joy of creating, was knowing that I can take anyone in any situation, whether it was a shy model, unsure, non-confident, whatever. And by the time we left and we were done, we were friends. And you got a fire-ass photo shoot that you didn't even believe that you could possibly get because you thought you were about to come here and not waste my time, but give me a hard time.
The confidence wasn't there.
Loosening up. And then by the time, they see the shots and stuff, seeing that person so happy and ecstatic, like, oh, wow. And I'm just like, yeah, like, we did that because I can't take these pictures without you.
Facts.
But, yeah, now it's just me. I don't mind being a model, but I'm not a model.
I think in that perspective, it takes a little bit of just reworking the narrative of what an influencer is and what an influencer can do for brands. Because I'm pretty sure if you hopped on a call with a brand and let them know that, yes, you can still promote this product or run this campaign, but it's not going to physically be on me, I feel like they'd be down.
I have.
Yeah, we spoke about this off the pod where now you're in a perfect position where you can somewhat pivot your content to where it's like the perfect blend of the two, where you are still in front of the camera, not for long, but also showing the world your work from behind the camera again, because we used to do that a lot.
Right.
And you remember when I made the transition from being behind the camera to in front of the camera, and it was because someone had told me people are coming to my page to see me and not my work.
I remember that.
And I listened, but now I regret it because just like you, I've lost that passion. I've lost that thrill for just photography in general. And slowly but surely, I'm picking that back up with just taking my camera everywhere I go again.
It's crazy. You saying that just sparked something internally. Y'all experiencing this with me. I just realized that I'm actually 50-50 in my own way. Because you just said like how you were always behind the camera and people had to tell you like people want to see you.
Yeah.
In saying that, I've always been in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Yeah. You have.
But I wasn't as popular.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
There was no demand for a 215 shooter. I was just a dude getting reposted on the platforms at the time. But that was it, because the sneaker stuff. Social media has changed drastically.
And we had to change with it.
Yeah. But to your point earlier, people will, as far as brands, reach out. And I have plenty of times like, yo, I don't want to wear this, or I don't want to shoot myself in this. Like, I can get a model. Or with the budget y'all talking about, I can pay a model and shoot it. And every time it's come back, oh, well, the allure is you.
Right.
And then they're also extremely surprised when I tell them that, well, all the videos and photos you see, no matter how crazy the angles and all that, I shot it myself. 90%, 99% of the time, because obviously I have brothers that are highly talented that I have started to rely on to help me with shit. But, that was the thing. We both prided ourselves, as well as a lot of the homies, of what you see is what you get by me.
Facts.
People, oh, who's your photographer? Me.
This guy.
Like, oh, so wait, I got a tripod, control with my phone, a remote trigger, something along them lines, and that is how the content is being created. But now, this is the brand. That's your brand.
You saying that just reminded me where I got to the point where I got tired of creating my own content for myself.
Yeah, you got there way quicker than
I did. I started putting the job in the hands of a professional that could execute my vision for me. But that, in turn, took away a job from me. That was the back end of creation. So now it's like, okay, I show up, someone is documenting for me. Sometimes I get the finished product, sometimes I have to edit it. But I stripped myself of the creation portion of it. So that's where I lost my integrity of a photographer and the creation portion of things.
See, that's what I didn't want to do. That's what I was scared of.
Yes. And now I love when my homies reach out like, yo, can you help me with this? Can you just be like a second shooter? Can you help me get some angles? Because not only is it a different perspective for me, because it's not about me, now I get to be on the creation side and create and do what I've wanted to do from the rip as a photographer, as a curator, being able to be on the back end of things. And I feel like that's really something that's happening in social media a lot, not just us, but everyone's really trying to get back to their roots of, okay, for example, how Instagram used to be before it was bought by Facebook.
Oh, the whole chronological and everything.
Not even chronological, but like posting whatever the hell you want and it not matter. It could be a photo of the sky with a quote on your caption, and it just doesn't matter, because I feel like we've all come to realize this algorithm is irrelevant. There's nothing that we can do about it. There's nothing that we can do to change it.
It's forever changing.
So we have to be ourselves first and foremost, and whatever that looks like is going to look like.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Wise words.
Thank you.
Old Lewis son.
So 2 portions of the podcast that we constantly go through, one we missed before switching over to this topic, was Small Business Spotlight.
Yes.
Now, Small Business Spotlight is a section of the podcast where we highlight a small business, right? Whether they're local, whether they're something that we hold near and dear to us.
Something we feel is deserving.
Exactly. So before we wrap things up, because we also have a section called Free Game.
Free game.
Right? I'm going to shout out a small business that I hold near and dear to me, All Cap Studios. Local lifestyle brand here in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Shout out to my homie Saeed. You're going to really appreciate the garments that they create. So many good pieces that are very well thought out. Recently, their Instagram got hacked.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So now they had to start a new page. But it's beautiful to see how someone like Saeed takes that opportunity to not let it dwindle him.
So, not a loss, but a gain. Not a loss, but a restructure. Not a loss, but a new beginning is where I'm at with it. That's what it is.
The insight that he's having with it is very much positive, and understanding that everything doesn't always go your way and things happen for a reason.
It does.
So just because you lost your Instagram page and you lost all these followers and this methodical number that really doesn't mean shit, doesn't mean you can't start anew and create beautiful things from it. So if you guys have a second, make sure you guys check out All Cap Studios.
You know what's dope about All Cap Studio?
Yes.
Is I had a campaign not that long ago, and I had to talk about black businesses, mainly in fashion, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to be too mainstream, so I was looking at smaller businesses that I may not have known about. And All Cap Studios was on a lot of lists, like big popular lists of, upcoming, if not already there, black-owned businesses. And it was refreshing because I'm like, yo, I know that guy.
Exactly.
Like, that's my boy. Like,
P's and Q's days, just like starting up. And it's a beautiful thing to see what he's been able to create and the garments that he's created, because he's just that guy. He's just that guy. Probably the most humble man you'll ever meet in your life. And like you said, very much on the up and up. And it's like discreet. It's discreet that you don't know about it. So if you know, you know, but you're going to know now because we're talking about it.
Right. So that brings us to the ending segment of the podcast where we like to do free game. Sometimes free games come from both of us.
Yes.
And sometimes it's just one of us. So for me today, the free game is in the realm of being true to who you are. That ties in everything we talked about today, which is if you have an opinion, it's okay to state it, but just don't be a dick about it.
That part.
That's the biggest part. Don't be. Hey, that came out crazy. Yeah. It was always one moment on the pod. That came out crazy.
Pause.
Major pause.
Even on that part.
Yeah.
But let's just.
All that. But just be true to you. Be authentic to yourself. People will try to influence you to do things, say things, anything they can do to kind of get you out of your element and be something that you're not. Drown out the noise, lock in, and do what you do best. Be yourself.
That part. My free game for today. Hug your mama. Just hug your mama.
I like that.
That's it.
How you gonna do the heart? Oh my goodness gracious, no.
No. We're not.
I'm 39. We do hearts like this.
You're already there, bro. It's just switch the finger.
No, that's what she said.
Hey, yo. Hey, no way. One thing we like to acknowledge is it's not just Jerome and I here on the podcast,
Yes.
right? We have our amazing video editor, Will Williams. He's behind the camera. I didn't say his full government because I know it triggers him. It took everything in me.
Bro.
It took everything in me to not say it. So I love you, bro. And I appreciate you for everything you do for the pod. We're on the up and up. This is the first episode of the Niche Talk on Rejuvenator, powered by Rejuvenator. Yes.
And as far as Will, you can find him on social media at The Second Tree.
That part. So I want to say, make sure you guys are tuned in to not only Rejuvenator, make sure you guys are also tuned into the Niche Talk, and stay tuned because we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. We're going to be doing a lot of interesting things here on the pod. So we hope that you guys are tuned in, hitting that like button, smashing that sub button, and make sure you guys are tuned in.
Yeah, tune in.
This guy.
Yeah.
All right, see.
So just
Man.
this is the dynamic.
You need to eat.
I
That's
usually
what
do
it is.
something that pisses
You
him
need to
off.
eat.
So yeah, usually it's my vocabulary, but not today.
You need to eat. You're not you when you're hungry, bro.
I need a Snickers. I need a Snickers.
We appreciate you guys as always. I'm Lewis.
Jerome,
We'll catch y'all soon.
peace.
Deuces.